Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I make this Jamaican goat head soup. So I'm starting off with some freshly cleaned goat head that I got from my local meat store. And I'm just going to season this with some green seasoning blend and some salt and pepper. I don't go too much on the powder seasoning when I'm making soup. So just some green seasoning, salt and pepper, and that's it. And then I'm going to tenderize it in a pressure cooker. I'm using an Instapot. You can use a regular pressure cooker, or if you want, you can do it on the stovetop, but that's going to take some time to tenderize because this is tough meat. So I'm going to tenderize it in the pressure cooker for maybe like 30 to 40 minutes. I don't want it too overcooked because then I'm going to cook it again when I add my food and veggies. So you want to add enough water to reach the level of the meat. It's about 4 cups of water or so. I'll put the recipe in the description box below. And then I'm going to cover this and just tenderize it, and then I'll be back. All right, so our goat head is tenderized. So I'm just gonna add some carrots and some pumpkin. I cut these small because I want them to cook rather quickly, and I prefer when they're like cooked out in my soup. I don't like when my pumpkin is chunky. So I'm just gonna let that cook for a couple minutes to get some color. Now that those are tender and cooked, we're going to add some yam, some yellow yam that I peeled and diced. You can add whatever ground provision you want to add in right here. I'm just using yam and some dumplings. I'm going to make some spinners to put in there. But if you want to use like dasheen or cocoa or chocha or whatever you want to use, you can put them in at this point. I don't like chocha or much of those stuff, so I mostly just stick to yam and dumplings. So I'm just adding a little bit more water here because it wasn't enough. I'm just going to stir that, and then we are going to let that simmer for maybe another 15 minutes till the yams and dumplings are cooked. And then once those are cooked, then we're gonna add our seasoning and our corn. So I'm adding just some green onion, some thyme, a couple pimento seed, and a whole Scotch bonnet pepper. Those were already added in the green seasoning blend. This is the soup noodle that I use when I'm making goat soup. I don't use the Grace pumpkin soup that I normally use in my soup. This one is a goat soup mix. So we're just gonna add that in and then give it a stir to ensure that it's dissolved and mixed out. And then at this point, you want to taste your soup to see if it needs salt or any further spices or whatever you think is missing. So I'm adding some green seasoning blend because I felt like it needed a tad bit more of some stuff. So add some green seasoning blend and some more salt. And then I'm going to taste it again to make sure that it's good. And I think that's good. So we're going to let that simmer for a couple minutes, just until all the flavors are marry and blend together. And now we are finished. So I like my goat soup to be a little bit on the thinner side, not like I like my other soups to be thick. But if you prefer it to be thick, you can just let it simmer for a little bit more to thicken up. So that's it, you're done. Just remove the thyme and scallions and stuff, and you're good to go. And thank you guys again so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already, just subscribe. See you next